Hi guys, so today in math we're doing more practice with adding and subtracting with dollar amounts, with money amounts. A couple things I want you to remember is that we can make equivalent amounts. So that's something that we're going to be working on, especially as we are renaming our amounts to subtract. So I want you just to keep in mind what we're actually doing. So let's say you have a $10 bill. Sorry, I only have Monopoly money $10 bill. Isn't that silly? But let's pretend it's a real $10 bill, okay? All right, and you go to the store and you're going to buy something for $5.32, right? If you just have this $10 bill, can you still buy the thing that costs $5.32? Well, sure. You can give this to the cashier. She'll take the $5.32 away from the amount of $10, and then she'll give you what's left over. That's how we figure out change, okay? So what the cashier is doing is renaming this 10 in ways that she can give you change. So this is how it works. I can take my $10, and I wonder if you've ever heard somebody say, hey, can you break a 10 or can you break a 20? What that means is we're taking the amount that we have and we're making it into an equivalent amount. It's the amount that means the same amount. It's just in different bills and different coins. Okay, so I can take this $10 bill and I can change it into $10 in ones, okay? And then, so that helps if I want to take away the $5, right? But what about the 32 cents that I was going to take away? That's not going to help at all because I only have dollar bills now. So what I can do is take these $10 that I have, take one of my dollars away, okay? And I'm going to change that into 10 dimes. So I can change one of my dollar bills into 10 dimes. So let me adjust my camera so that you can see this too. Okay, so here's my $9 and my 10 dimes. So altogether, $9 and 10 dimes, because remember how much is 10 dimes? It equals $1, right? So I have $1 and $9. Isn't that the same, the equivalent amount? It's $10 and this is $10. Okay, so now I'm almost able to take my $5.32 out of this amount, right? But can I make 32 cents out of this? Got plenty of dimes, but now I'm going to have to break that up into smaller cents, right? So now I have my $9 and my $1. That equals $10, but I can take one of these dimes, can I? And I'm going to trade that dime in for 10 pennies. Okay, so now I have $9.90 plus 10 more cents. Okay, so 90 plus 10 makes $1, so I have $9 and $10. I still have the same amount that I started with, just different equivalent amounts. Okay, so now I can take $5.32 out. So I can take my 5 out, I can take my 30 cents out and my 2 cents out, 32 cents. And then look what I have left. Okay, this would be my change, $4. And how many dimes do I have? 60. And how many pennies do I have? I have 67 cents. So let me show you how that's going to work as well when we do that on our papers. Okay, so I'm going to do what we just did. I'm going to make this $10 minus $5.32. Okay, so remember, we started off with our $10 bill and we couldn't do it. We had to do a bunch of renaming to get these cents out of there, right? So we couldn't do the 2 pennies. We couldn't take that away from the $10 bill. So then we go to our dimes. Remember that subtraction pattern is always the same. We start here and work our way over. So we had our 0 dimes. We couldn't take 3 dimes away from that. So then we go to our $10 bill and we're going to rename that. Okay, we had 0 $1, right? But I did have one $10 bill. So I'm going to take that $10 bill out. I'm not going to have any $10 bills, but remember I changed that into 10 $1 bills. Okay, so then I took one of my dollars out and changed it into dimes. Do you remember that? So I'm going to take one of my dollars out. So how many dollars did I have left? I had 9. Okay, I took that $1 that I took out and I changed it in for how many dimes? 10 dimes. Okay, and then I realized I was getting close, but I still couldn't subtract my pennies. So then I had to take one of my dimes, change that to 9 dimes, and then I took the dime that I took away and changed it in for 10 pennies. So now I can finally subtract, I forgot my decimal point, I can finally subtract everything. So from my 10 pennies, I could take 2 pennies away, and that left me with 8 pennies. Okay, from my 9 dimes, I could take 3 away, and that left me with 6 dimes. My decimal point goes here. Then I had my 9 $1 bills, and I took 5 away, and that left me with $4. And then I'm going to put my dollar sign. So we did it with our money, and so here's our $4 that we had left over, here's our 6 dimes that we had left over, and here are our 8 pennies that we had left over. Okay, so when we're subtracting money and we're doing all this renaming, that's what we're doing. We're taking that large bill, breaking it down into $1 bills. We're taking one of the $1 bills and changing it into dimes. We're taking one of the dimes and changing it into 10 pennies. So it's a lot of steps, but that's what we're doing. Okay, so what we're going to do today is I'm going to go over some of the problems on your work text page, which is page 239. So if you get your work text out, we're going to work through some together, and then I'm going to have you do the back side on your own. But here's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to send a picture of the answers of the back page, and I want you guys just to be checking those. I don't want you to copy it, because where would the learning be? I want you to be able to do this on your own. So I'm going to, what I would recommend is you do a couple on the back, check the answer, see if you got it right. If you did it right, great, go on. If you made a mistake, then you can check the answer sheet to see where did you make that mistake, okay? And if you have any questions, go ahead and put that in the class comments, and I'll try to answer that as best I can, okay? All right, so on your work text page, I do want to say that this top part can be rather confusing, okay? Let me just show you what it means. If you're still not getting it, it's okay. I think this could have been done in a little bit better way, but let me just show you. So we started with $30, okay? So we have 3 $10 bills. And we want to take away $12.64, which, remember, we couldn't do that with those bills, okay? So what they did is they took one of the $10 bills and they changed that into 10 ones, just like we did just in the problem before. Then they took one of those $1 bills and changed it into 10 dimes, right? Just like what we did. Then they took one of their dimes and changed it into 10 pennies, just like we did. Now they're going to go ahead and subtract their $12.64. So they took the 4 pennies away, right? Then they took 6 dimes away. And then they took 2 ones away and one of the $10 bills. Okay, so they're doing as best they can on showing a diagram on paper what we just actually did. So there's 2 ways of thinking about that. If you have your paper money and you want to try renaming all of that, that's a good way to help you understand that, and you can play that first part of the video and do it with me. That'd be great. But if you are the kind of person that just says, hey, I just want to do the pattern, show me the pattern, and let's do that. Well, it's the same subtraction as same pattern as regular subtraction, and we've worked with that a lot before. So today is just going to be reviewing with that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put the work text problems on my whiteboard so we can work those out together. And so let's start on number 1. Again, this is work text page 239, and our first problem is $10 minus $5.48. Okay, so make sure you're stopping the video and you're getting the paper. You're actually doing it with me, just like we do in class, okay? Otherwise, if you're just sitting here and watching it and not doing it, chances are likely you're not putting it in your brain to be able to do it independently. Okay, so we have a $10 bill. We want to take away $5.48, and it is just not working because we don't have any cents. We don't have any $1 to take this away. So remember, we start with our pennies. Can't do it. Go to the dimes. We can't do it. Go to the $1 bills. We can't do it. And so finally we get to this $10 bill. We can take that $10 bill away and change it into 0 $10 bills. But what did we do when we took that $10 bill away? We changed it into 10 ones, right? So we're going to change that now to 10 $1 bills, okay? All right, so we're getting better, but we still can't take our change away. So take one of our dollars, okay? So I'm gonna take $1 away. That leaves me with $9, right? And I changed that $1 in for 10 dimes, correct? Trying to get my dimes out here. Okay, so I'm going to change it into 10 dimes. Took $1 away. I'm giving it to the dimes. 10 dimes equals $1. Okay. Now I can take my dimes away, but that wouldn't leave anything for the pennies. So we've got to do one more trade in. Take one dime. Take one dime away. Now we have 9 dimes. And give that dime to the pennies. So we're going to change that into 10 pennies. So we write 10 right here. Now we can subtract. Okay, so we start over here in the penny column. 10 pennies minus 8 pennies would be 2 pennies. 9 dimes minus 4 dimes would equal 5 dimes. Decimal point. 9 $1 bills minus $5 would be $4. And then remember, we started with a 10, but we don't have it now because we changed it into $9.99 and 10 pennies, okay? So now 0 minus nothing would be 0. We don't typically put a placeholder 0 for our 10s if we have no 10s. We would just leave it like that, just saying, hey, we only have 4 $1 bills. We don't put the 0 placeholder for the 10s. Okay, but we always want to put a placeholder for the change if we don't have that. Okay, so our answer is $4.52. If I had $10 and I bought something for $5.48, we would get $4.52 back. Okay, so let's try number 2. This time we have $40. So you can think of that as 4 $10 bills, and we're trying to buy something that costs $21.32. Okay, and we just can't. We're going to have a hard time. I'm sorry, there's a glare on this whiteboard. Let's see if this is better. Okay, so we have 4 $10 bills. We're going to buy something for $21.32. Okay, so we would have problems taking the 32 cents out of that, so we're going to get some equivalent amounts. So let's take one of our $10 bills. Okay, so we have 4 of them. Let's take one away. So we're going to write, now we have 3 $10 bills. But that $10 bill has to go somewhere, right? So we're going to change it into 10 $1 bills. Okay, so now we have 10 $1 bills minus, we could do that, but we can't take our change away yet, so we're not done. So we have 10 $1 bills. Now we can give one of those $1 bills to the dimes. Okay, I'm going to take $1 bill away. Now I have $9. I'm going to take that $1 and change it into how many dimes? 10. Okay. Now I could subtract my dimes, but I wouldn't have anything for the pennies. So I'm going to have to take one of these dimes away and leave it 9 dimes and change that 1 dime into 10 pennies. Okay, so now I can do all of my subtraction. I can take 10, have my 10 pennies and take 2 away. That would leave me with 8. Sorry, my dog is doing some tap dancing on the floor. All right, 9 dimes minus 3 dimes would give us 6 dimes. Okay, $9 minus $1 would give us $8. And don't forget to put your decimal point. And then 3 $10 bills minus 2 $10 bills would just leave us with 1 $10 bill, and then I'm always going to put my dollar sign so that I know I'm working with money amounts. Okay? All right, I hope that's getting clear. Let's try number 3. Okay, and if you want to go ahead, you can give that a try, but check back to see how you did. If you didn't do it correctly, watch that problem on the video again. Okay, so number 3, we have $50, and we're only buying something that costs $7.53. And think how much we would get back. All right, so look at this money amount, okay? So we know that we had like 5 $10 bills, but we're not taking anything that's over $10. And so do you see there's no placeholder here for the $10 bills, okay? We just start with the dollar sign, the $1 bill, and then our change. Okay, so we cannot take any coins away from here. We can't take any pennies or any dimes because there are 0 there. Remember, it's $50, so you might have 2 $20 bills and a $10 bill. We just can't take the change out of that. We can't even take our $7 because we don't have any ones. Okay, so we want to change that. We want to trade in one of our $10 bills. We don't have to do all of them, just one. Okay, so I'm going to take one $10 bill away. So now I have, instead of 5 $10 bills, I'm going to have 4 $10 bills. So I took one away, but I want to always keep it $50. So I took one $10 bill away, changed it into 10 $1 bills. Okay, so this is 4 $10 bills plus 10 $1 bills. It still is equaling 50. Okay, so now I could subtract my 7, but I wouldn't be able to do my change, so I have to keep going, right? So take one of your dollar bills, take it away so that you only have 9 $1 bills. Change the one that you took away into 10 dimes. Okay. Now we're getting close, but we can't take our pennies away yet. So think about what you're going to do. I'm going to give you a second before I say it. We're going to take one of our dimes. So now that leaves us with 9 dimes. And give the dime over here to the pennies. So now we have 10 pennies. So 10 pennies minus 3 pennies, we can actually finally subtract that. So 10 minus 3 is 7. Now we can take our dimes. 9 dimes minus 5 dimes is 4. Don't forget your decimal point. Then we have $9 minus $7. That would leave you with 2. And then here's our $10 bills. 4 $10 bills minus nothing. So we would still have our 4 $10 bills. So we would write our 4 there. Don't forget to put your dollar sign. So our answer for that problem is $42.47. Okay, let's try one more. Let's look at number 4. So we have $20. So let's think of that as 2 $10 bills. And we're going to subtract $14.21. Okay, so I don't have any problem with taking one 10 away from my 2 10s that I have. But I can't do my ones, I can't do my 2 dimes, I can't do a penny. So I'm going to have to keep regrouping until I have enough change to subtract all of this. So remember, I can't take any pennies away, so I go to my next door neighbor. He doesn't have any to give me. He goes to his next door neighbor. He doesn't have anything to give me. Finally, we go to these $10 bills. And he says, yeah, I've got 2, so I will give you 1. So we're going to take one of the $10 bills away. So now he's left with one $10 bill. He gives it to the ones. And because he has to have $1 bills, we change that $10 bill into 10 $1 bills. Okay, so then we do 10 $1 bills minus 4. Okay, that we could do, but I can't do it yet because we still have to take away our dimes and pennies. Okay, so take one of your dollars away. Now it's $9. Change one of the dollars into 10 dimes. Okay, take one of your 10 dimes. Just leave 9 there and give that dime to the pennies. change it into 10 pennies. Now I can finally subtract. 10 minus 1, 10 pennies minus 1 penny equals 9. 9 dimes minus 2 dimes equals 7 dimes. Decimal point, decimal point, decimal point. Now I have 9 $1 bills minus 4. It's going to give us 5. And then lastly, we had one $10 bill and we're taking one $10 bill away. So we are just going to leave it blank. We don't need to put a 0 there because that's not typically how we write dollar amounts. So you can just leave it blank. Okay, but do you see how important it is to keep everything in nice straight columns? Okay, so your answer there is $5.79. Okay, let's do an addition problem just to make sure we're not rusty on that. Let's look at number 6. Okay, so $24.63. This time we're adding, but we're still regrouping when we add. Okay, so $42.18. So I'm on number 6 on page 239. All right, so we have $24.63 and $42.18, and we're adding. So we don't have to worry about having enough. We're just going to add it. So but we always start with the pennies, and 8 pennies plus 3 pennies equals 11 pennies. So what I would do, if I had 11 pennies, I could trade 10 of my pennies in for a dime, right? And that would just leave me with 1 penny and 1 dime, putting that up in the dimes column. Okay, so now I'm going to add all my dimes. I have 6 dimes, 7, 8. Don't have to do any regrouping because I don't have more than 10 dimes, or don't have more than 9 dimes. Okay. All right, now I'm going to add my dollars. I have $4 plus $2. That equals $6. And two $10 bills plus 4 $10 bills equals 6 $10 bills. I'll put my dollar sign. So if I had 6 $10 bills, let's think about how much that would be. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And 6 $1 bills, that would be 60 plus 6, that'd be $60. And then I would have 81 cents, $66.81. So that's adding, just in case we got a little bit rusty. Okay, we're going to do let's go ahead and do number 5. And then I'll let you get started on your own. So $37 minus $25.42. Okay, so let's think. We're going to start over here. Can I subtract my 2 pennies? No, I cannot. Can I subtract my 4 dimes? No, I cannot. Okay, so I'm going to say, no pennies here. Let me go to my next door neighbor. Dimes can't help me out. He goes to his next door neighbor. Okay, yes, we could take a $1 bill away from here, couldn't we? And so we could take 1 away. That would make that 6. Change that dollar into 10 dimes. Now the pennies are still over here waiting, so we can take 1 dime away and make it 10 pennies. Okay? I didn't have to go over to my 10s. I didn't even have to touch those, okay, because I had enough with changing one of my 1s. All right, so let's subtract 10 pennies minus 2 pennies, 8 pennies, 9 dimes minus 4 dimes, 5 dimes, my decimal point. Now I have 6 $1 bills minus 5 $1 bills. That would leave me with $1 bill. Now I have 3. I started with 3 $10 bills, and I'm taking 2 away, and that gives me 1. And don't forget your dollar sign to show that it's money. All right, so $11.58 is your answer for that one. Okay? All right, let's take a look at number 9. We're just writing the value. Let's take a look at how we add that up. All right, so let's see. We've got 10, 20, 30. Remember, when we're counting money, we always start with the largest denomination first when we're counting money. When we're adding or subtracting, we always start with our pennies, right? But when we're counting, we start with the largest amount. So we've got 10, 20, 30. Then add the 5 on, so now we've got $35. And then we want to count our change. So let's just write our $35 down. $35, and the decimal point tells us to say and. Okay, so $35, and we've got 2 quarters and a dime. So how do we count the quarters? We say 25, 50, and then add on 10 to that. So you should have $35.60. Okay, so that's today's lesson. I am going to attach a copy of the answers for page 240. I want you to make sure that you are not just copying them down, because that wouldn't do you any good at all. I want you to check your answers, and you can do one problem at a time and check the answers. But I just want you guys to have a good understanding of that. Now, for your IXL assignment, if you finished last week the shortcut AKZ, add and subtract money amounts, then you don't have to do the IXL today. But if you didn't do it last week, I want you to practice on that so that I can see how you're doing if you have any trouble spots. Because remember, IXL, I can see right away how you did. And on IXL, always, when you're doing the exercise, try to get to a SMART score of 80. But if it's taking you like a half an hour to do it, I want you to stop. You need a little bit more direction or something, because it should take maybe 15 minutes to get to a SMART score of 80 if you're understanding the concept. So, so work on your SMART score. If you're not getting it, stop and let me know so that I can help you. Okay? All right. Have a great time doing your math. Go slow.